we can say in a way that this Divine Mother is at once the spouse and daughter, the Supreme Unknowable. She is the first issue, first creation, and also the spouse. It is with her that he is being done. Now, our mental languages don't apply there. She is simultaneously the spouse and daughter of the Supreme, and her station is silent. She stays in the total absolute, and the absolute, when it comes into expression, it is she who comes out first. Therefore, she is his daughter. And because she is doing his work, she is his spouse. See? So that is how he now tries to pursue the unknowable. He, of course, there he meets the Divine Mother, the spouse and daughter of the Supreme, Absolute Supreme. And then he prays to her, look, you are the only one who can come and do the job. So that is the basis of, we can say, this book 3. So, before we come to our text, let us read first a few. Okay, now towards the end of book 3, 78.41. We'll start with that. Now, as I was telling you, Ashwapati is climbing the ladder of this creation. He is now at the topmost of the cosmic manifestation. The cosmic manifestation is called in Sanskrit Aparadha, the lower hemisphere. The lower hemisphere, Aparadha, means lower. Parardha means beyond, transcendental. So the lower hemisphere is called the cosmic manifestation. Now, the top of this lower hemisphere, absolutely top, is what in Shaivanist terminology called the overmind plane, the overmind creation, overmind. The top of the lower hemisphere. Now, from there begins the upper part, the transcendental, the upper, Parardha, this second hemisphere, half of the second. It begins with supermind, with jnana, Satchit Anand. Supermind. It begins with supermind. Yeah. Upper hemisphere. See, this is your lower hemisphere, this is overmind. This is the upper hemisphere. So here begins the supermind. And then you got supermind and Satchit Ananda. Supermind and Satchit Ananda is in the upper hemisphere. Then the upper, and that is what we call as a transcendental. Vijnana. In Sanskrit, Vijnana. Yeah. Supermind or in Sanskrit, Vijnana. Vijnana Satchit Ananda. Yeah. Satyam Mrutam Brahat. Vijnana. There is another way of describing it. See. Basically, now in the Veda, it's a very beautiful description. They say that this lower creation is in ignorance. That is what we got. Ignorance begins with overmind. Ignorance begins with overmind and becomes thicker and thicker as you go down below. Thicker and thicker. But it begins. It is the plane of multiplicity without the knowledge of unity. That is what is called ignorance. It is the plane of multiplicity without the knowledge of unity. Whereas in Satchidananda and Vijnana, both multiplicity and unity are simultaneously present. There is no conflict between the two. So you have got exclusive gods. Indra, Agni, Vayu, they become exclusive. Their own powers without any kind of a connection between them. Whereas in the transcendental, that is not there. They know each other's identity also in the transcendental. So in the Satchidananda plane, there is the unity and multiplicity simultaneously present. The lower beginning of ignorance is from overmind down below. All the spiritual planes, mental, vital, in conscience, etc., so they come down below, see, like that, you see, later on, see. Now, so while Ashwapati is, in fact, in the Upanishad, there is a very beautiful phrase, Isha Upanishad. It says that the face of the truth, truth stands for the transcendental here. The face of the truth is covered by a golden lid. Golden lid, lid, cover, lid, LID. Yeah, cover. The face of the truth is covered by the golden lid, and that golden lid is overmind. So it is the overmind which is covering the face of the truth, you see. Face of the truth is covered by the golden. Hiranmayena patrena. Hiranmaya means golden, patra, vessel, you see. Very, very beautiful description in that, you see. Now, Ashwapati is climbing up. He has reached the top of this lower creation, and therefore we have got here the primal energy took him in its arms. Primal energy, that is the divine Shakti herself, who has taken him in her arms. The primal energy took him in its arms. His brain was wrapped in overwhelming light. His brain was wrapped in overwhelming light, and all-embracing knowledge seized his heart. Thoughts rose in him, no earthly mind split that never could from mortal nerves. He scanned the secrets of the overmind. He vowed the rapture of the oversoul. He scanned the secrets of the overmind, all the dimensions, all the multiplicities of this creation. He has scanned, he has probed, he has found out all these things. Now, he has scanned with what? He cannot scan overmind with overmind. If he is scanning, it has to be a power superior to overmind. It has to be higher power than overmind. So he is really scanning now with his supramental knowledge and force the entire cosmic view, cosmic dimension. He is in the arms of the divine Shakti herself, and he is seeing now this cosmic manifestation with his supramental vision. All this things. So Ashwapati as an individual now has really reached that particular stage. But the most important line here from the biographical point of view is the second line. His brain was wrapped in overwhelming light. The physical brain was wrapped with overwhelming light. Light is capital L. The supramental light itself was wrapped, was covered, was penetrating into his brain. So the physical apparatus of thought, that is the brain, is the physical apparatus of thought. It is the physical has opened out to the supramental light. The physical mind, the mind of the physical has opened out to the supramental light, overwhelming light, so powerful, flooding all the way through. Now this is in the yogic terminology of Sri Aurobindo equivalent to saying that he has now the siddhi of the mind of light. Mind of light is the physical mind which receives the supramental light and force. The mind of light is the physical mind which is receiving the supramental light and force. So that is the siddhi now he has already attained in his cosmic exploration and cosmic yoga. Now this particular, when did Ashwapati get this siddhi of the mind of light? Pardon me? He got it in 1942. Latest 1942. You can call it Sri Aurobindo, Yogi or Ashwapati, whatever. he got the Siddhi, even though got this kind of light established in his physical definitely by 1942.
Before it didn't exist?
He did. In 1938
Yes.
onward, he started receiving the supramental light and force in his physical.
Yeah.
In his physical.
Oh, it took
Our book of yoga says that. Our yoga of the self.
yes.
Yoga of the self says that.
4 years to fully
No, no,
establish it.
listen to me. So the supramental light and force started entering into him in 1938. Started, and his sonnet, light, light came to my head, light came to my throat, light came to my heart, light came to my feet. That is dated 8 August 1938. So the supramental light and force started entering into his physical. The earliest date is this sonnet, 8 August 1938. But later on in 1954, the mother said that what was happening at that time was just coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. It was not getting stabilized, established. Now, I will say that when his brain was wrapped in overwhelming light, by that time, during those 3 or 4 years, it got fixed. 1942, this line is in the draft of Savitri, dated September 1942. This is a very important line in that sense, from the point of view of spiritual history.